Hi, I'm Dana, and today I want to talk about looking well put together. That's the phrase they used on my pip form, I think, if I remember correctly. The phrase I would use is that I look like I've got my shit together. And I don't. And I think this is very, very common for most people that experience any sort of neurodivergence or any mental health issue. We cling to whatever semblance we can of looking like we're okay, looking like we can do the same things as everyone else, looking like we have our shit together, when the vast majority of the time, a lot of us probably don't. But we don't talk about it, and that makes us all individually feel bad about not having our shit together, when most of us don't anyway. However, for me, it's also something that's come up within professional environments, like with the DWP when I was claiming PIP and the like. And I also want to touch on why it's so frustrating. So this might be a bit of a long one, or it might be quite a short one. I don't know, it could go either way. So first up, there are some ways that I do have my shit together. There are some areas in life that I succeed at quite well. But even with those things, it's really hard and it's a real struggle. And I think I'm having to put a lot more effort into maintaining it and having my shit together in that area than the average person does. I even go. One example would be that I'm in a really nice relationship. My relationship feels very healthy, it makes me very happy. It's by far the happiest part of my life currently. And I communicate to my girlfriend and we talk back and forth and we resolve issues together. And it's by far the healthiest relationship of any sort that I've had in my life. Friendship, familial, romantic or otherwise. It's the healthiest thing that I've ever been involved in. And it takes a lot of effort. I don't want to communicate. I don't want to talk about the hard things. I don't want any sort of conflict. But you can't stop those things, so you have to work through them. And, I think any relationship takes effort for anyone. But I think, thinking about it now when we haven't even had proper arguments. We've just had disagreements or differing opinions that we've spoken through in a very healthy adult way. And yet it makes me so damn anxious. I'm shaking and almost in tears doing it. I don't think most people are experiencing that, I think it is more difficult for me. And I think there's a lot of shame that comes with admitting things are more difficult for you than other people. But as long as you're still willing to work on it and try to improve and try to keep doing what you gotta do, then it's fine. But to an outsider, it can very easily just look like everything's perfect and easy and I've fully got my shit together within my relationship. And, it's hard. I do, but it's hard. But then there's other areas. I've had people that think I've really got my shit together because I manage to post 2 videos a week. It's hard. It's hella fucking hard. I know that in comparison to doing a 9 to 5, it's super easy to just film and edit 2 videos a week. It's so easy compared to an actual job, don't get me wrong. Incredibly privileged that this is all I'm having to do right now. However, I'm also not earning money from it like a normal job. I've only just gotten monetized and you have to earn so much before they actually pay you. And even when they do, it's not going to be anywhere near a wage. But also, I have weeks when I can't even manage that. You don't know because I pre-film videos, if I'm having a good day, I'm going to sit down and film 3 videos because I don't know when it's going to happen to me again. And that means that on a good week, I might have filmed 6 or 7 videos. But in a bad week, I haven't done any. I haven't even edited anything. So, it really comes in waves. And I definitely don't feel like I've got my shit together at any point with it. I struggle with titling videos. I don't know where I'm supposed to promote and advertise myself. I keep getting subscribers. I have no idea how you find me. I don't know how you found me. I have no clue how people are actually finding these videos. And as much as I'm glad you do, I definitely don't have my shit together here. And I most certainly don't have my shit together mentally. I'm talking to a therapist currently. I'm being referred for level 4 therapy by my GP. No clue what that is. I'm an absolute mess. I'm very, very anxious most of the time. I cry nearly daily currently and have done for quite a while now, and it's a bit sad and gross and lame, and I'm kind of over it, but I can't fix it. However, all of that being said, there is a huge pressure to make it look like things are easy, to make it look like everything's fine, everything's a-okay, no issues, no struggles, I've got my shit together and it's easy to have my shit together. That's how I feel I have to appear to everyone all the time. Because to me, everyone else seems to have their shit together all the time and not really struggle that much with it. And obviously I see other YouTubers and people on Instagram, people on Twitter that are quite authentic and open and try to be, they're what I'm trying to be. They're very let's talk about it. And that's fab. But I think the majority of the population is still like acting like they've fully got their shit together and it's dead easy. And I'm sure for some of them it is, but I think for most of us it's not. And the thing with that is people don't take it that seriously when you really, really struggle. When people know you as like the bubbly one or the one that's always happy or the problem solver, you know, when you're a people pleaser, there's no opportunity to say like, I don't have my shit together and I need help. You know, when it comes to things like PIP, they're very happy to just write on your form, appears all right, you've come in, showered and dressed okay, so you must be fine. When in reality it's like, well, I've been planning this for days, so I had like 4 days of anxiety where I didn't do anything and didn't shower and didn't wash my hair and didn't wash my face, didn't brush my teeth. But I knew I had to have my shit together for this because I'm out in public, I'm in front of another human being. Everything that I've grown up with and all the societal pressures that I've had have told me that this is what's required of me in public. So I've put in the effort and the sensory difficulties and the executive dysfunction and all the anxiety. I've put all of it in to be able to show up having showered and dressed myself properly and made my hair look decent. It's taken me so much effort, and I didn't really fully realise how little effort it takes other people until I started hanging around other people and realised, oh, they can get ready in like 20 minutes, whereas I need like 40 minutes to get ready with 20 minutes either side to just sit somewhere and prepare myself for what I'm gonna do. Like, other people don't need that apparently, it's just me out here. But they're just seeing how I've shown up. The people that are supposed to be people that support me and the like are just seeing how I show up. And I'm telling them I'm fine. I'm showing them that I'm fine by keeping my shit together. But it's hung together by a very loose fucking thread. And it could snap at any time. And if it does, I don't know what I'm meant to do. Because everyone knows I'm fine. Everyone knows I've got my shit together. And then especially like when you're at the job centre, when you're at the GP, when you're applying for any sort of PIP or anything like that, having to explain all the ways in which you don't have your shit together is humiliating and a horrific reminder, because I so often just push it out of my mind and just keep going. You've just got to keep going on. Life just keeps happening and you've just got to keep taking it. So it's horrible to like sit down and realise like, whoa, like I knew I didn't have my shit together, but I really don't have my shit together. But being autistic and having unintentionally masked for so much of my life, I really don't have a clue how to let people know that I don't have my shit together. I don't know how to stop trying to make it look like I do have my shit together, because it's all I've ever known. It's what I've always thought everyone was doing, you know. I thought everyone felt like I did and thought like I didn't have the same experiences really I'd had. You know, I'm only 25. I've been very young for the entirety of my life, and I'm very much learning. So I thought that like everyone was like me and we were all just hiding it all the time. And we're not. But I don't know how to show the shit that I'm hiding, you know, because no one else seems to have this stuff now that I know better, now that I've matured and experienced more and seen more. You know, and this is something that I've like touched on with my GP, who I think specialises in mental health. I'm not entirely sure who I'm seeing, to be honest with you, but I touched on it with them and they were like, you need to reach out to support from the people around you. And I was like, yeah, that's lovely advice, and I have lovely people around me that would be willing to support me, but how do I do that? Like, how do I do it? Do I just trauma dump on them until they tell me to go away? Do I, you know, like, I'm having the people that I would want support from are people I talk to every day. So I don't know how to take the conversation from just whatever random crap we're talking about at the time. So like, I feel like I'm falling apart. I'm anxious constantly and I constantly think about self-harming. You can't just drop that into casual conversation and be like, support me please. And also, when I have tried to like talk to people about it to gain support, it's very like, they don't know what to do, which is entirely fair. I'm not shitting on anyone for that. I don't know what to do when people come to me for support either. You just have to try and figure it out. But a lot of people have asked me like, what can I do? How can I help? What can I do to support you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I need. I don't know what I want. I just know that I'm not doing too well. And I could do with some help and support sometimes, but I don't know what type of help and support that is. I don't know how you can help me. I don't know how you can support me. Because, you know, not to get super deep and heavy, but I didn't grow up around people that supported me or did like the emotional stuff. My parents were very standoffish when it came to emotional support. So were my brothers, so were most of the people I was friends with. I don't know how to do support. I don't know how to be supported. I would love to learn, but I haven't got a clue and I don't know where to start. And it's, you know, that's a bit off topic. But how do you let people know that you don't have your shit together? How do you let people know that you need support? And when the thread finally does snap, because it's gonna, like, not being funny, I don't want to get super sad and depressive. And clearly, you know, I'm trying to stay positive and think that things will get better and all the bollocks that you're told when you're depressed. But there's gonna come a point where I can't keep all this up anymore. And I don't know what I'm meant to do when it comes to that, you know? Like, I honestly, in the past, especially in, like, my late teen years, I think the only reason I didn't have, like, a gigantic breakdown of some sort is because I don't know what to do emotionally to have that happen. And I'm too anxious to have it happen because I'm like, oh, people look at me and people want to talk to me and I don't know what'll happen. When in reality, there were points in my life that I probably could have done with, like, medical intervention. And I was, like, so autistic that I didn't know how to show the emotions on the outside that I feel on the inside to have that actually happen. That's kind of dark. I think my mental health kind of is a big thing for me. It's quite dark and deep and heavy. And I kind of think it might be a good thing to have come to that conclusion, because I obviously am trying to work on it and I'm trying to, like, heal and figure myself out and actually get to a point where I have my shit together. And I think you do sort of got to realise maybe that you're not doing as well as you thought you were in the first place to be able to actually approach what's going on and be able to start mending things and healing from things. But I just feel like I'm at a point in my life, and I think I probably will be for a little while, where the things that I'm having to realise and notice are kind of all really depressing and a bit horrible and traumatic. So I think it's important to bear in mind that I don't think most of the people we see that look like they have their shit together actually do. And even if they do, they probably don't feel like it, because as humans, we're near enough all always reaching for more and better, and, you know, generally, like, we're always wanting something we don't got. And I think it also plays a lot into my people-pleasing tendencies, because it's so much easier to look at someone else's life and someone else's issues and be like, do X, Y, Z, you know? And as a little people pleaser, I can be like, well, I can do X, Y, Z for them. And then I fix their lives and they've got their shit together now and it's all fab. But I don't know how to do that for me. I don't think I'd want someone to do it for me. I'd be kind of weirded out, and I don't think that the shit I'm tackling is stuff that someone else could do for me. But I think it ties into the people pleasing in a lot of ways. I don't know which way around they're fed into each other, I guess. But I do think they're connected for me, because you've got to look like you have your shit together for other people to trust you to help them get their shit together, or to help them do things and do the things they need you to do, and all of that bollocks that comes with people pleasing. But they're my, as usual, slightly disjointed and not that well thought out thoughts. I have thought a lot on it, I do have notes, but this is what we're getting. I'm very tired today. I had an awful night last night and I'm not enjoying life. But there's times when that's just the way things are. We get through them and hopefully it gets better eventually at some point. So that's all I've got. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions and how you think and feel about it all in the comments, as always. If you wanted to like and subscribe, that's always nice of you. But I'm gonna go. So whoever you are and wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I'll see you again in a few days.